going back to the late 70s when I joined, lots of paper, etc., etc. Now we've all got smartphones, etc. So all things being equal, IT should have enhanced our effectiveness.
Of course it should.
Sadly not. That's both by the nature of the contracts, but even worse than that is the way in which it's deployed, and it's used as a substitute for human interaction or human management. So for example, an appraisal system, you know, evaluating how someone's performing. Used to be a piece of paper, but better than that was
a conversation.
Well, first it was a conversation, and secondly it occurred at least once a year, and it should have been meaningful, and there was a whole audit. That then got made into an IT system called PDRs, totally meaningless. It's all about how fitting out the boxes. So for example, provably you can fill out a box that says I intend to climb Mount Everest, and that will be accepted. But if you use certain types of grammar, or you try to exceed a number of word count, that all drops out when you try to save the document. So there are officers who have not been praised or performance reviewed, valued is the word I would use, for years. So it becomes a culture. Equally, what I would say is when I started we had paper crime sheets. So we'd have the names of the victim, index numbers of cars, so we knew what was going on. All of that has been replaced with IT systems, great. But the scenario is no one has an effective understanding of what local crime is going on in the area. Because first of all, local crime to those officers who are travelling huge distances means very little, but there's very little actual accountability.
But is that because the commissioning, because let's go back to walkie-talkies, because you talked to me about walkie-talkies, I mean, you know, and then we're buying, you know, water cannon that we're not going to use on the mainland. Who actually commissions? Who's in charge? For me, for living in St Albans, who should I talk to about all of this? I mean, is there anything I can do? Is there, you know?
Yeah. Well, okay.
I didn't get an answer to my first email to the police.
No, I mean, okay. In terms of commission, there was supposed to be organisations that looked after the police and other organisations. So the mobile radio system, airwaves, and that's what it is. The concept was great because it's all emergency services, including the military. However, it's actually a mobile phone system, and that's how the contract costs have been ratcheted up and ratcheted up. So it means it's actually a significant drain on budgets. Well, again, that should be a national responsibility.
Well, whose fault is that?
Well, you know, there's people called politicians.